just what is the highest reviewed and best film of all time according to the scores? Well, on Letterboxd, it is now officially Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. It is the #1 film, and when it comes to comic book films, it's officially dethroned Spider-Man 2, The Dark Knight, and countless other films. So is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse the best comic book film ever made? Well, you decide. It's obviously all preference, and nobody is going to agree with everybody else. Everybody has their very own opinion. In my opinion, no. Also in my opinion, it's neither The Dark Knight or Spider-Man 2. And before I see you in the comments typing angrily,
"Well, it's obviously an MCU movie because you're an MCU hero,"
you would be wrong. The movie I think is the best comic book movie of all time is not an MCU film. And no, it's not X-Men First Class either, that's just my personal favorite. I'm not gonna tell you what I think the best comic book movie of all time is, because then opinions, well, equal hate campaigns and complete outrage, so take a guess, you might be right. Although you're probably never gonna guess it. But hey, it could be Spider-Verse, I'm not gonna tell you. Actually, I know, I just told you I don't think it is. But I do think it's an absolutely triumphant, amazing film. And I do believe it's worthy of the scores it's gotten. Clearly, people on Letterboxd loved this film just like the people that were voting for it on IMDb when it took down The Dark Knight. So something about this film is resonating with a lot of people, which in my opinion, that's the best piece of news I can really talk about. That people are able to see this film for what it is, and despite a very heavy hate campaign, and people saying it's gonna bomb, it's gonna fail, it's woke, go broke, whatever they were saying. Now they've all flipped the tune, and now it's, well, of course it was gonna succeed and take down the woke mermaid and the woke MCU and the woke whatever, right? Like, you guys get what I'm saying. But here it is. It's the power of Spider-Man. Everybody can find their own spider in them. If we look across the world and how the film is reviewing, it's obviously resonated with tons of different people and cultures because their Spider-Man might be represented in this. And that's truly the takeaway here. Spider-Man for everybody and anybody. And this, I think, reflects it. So good to see that this movie is reviewed so high, that people are loving it, and that it's completely taken over Letterboxd by storm. Well deserved. Now let's really talk about the greatest comic book film of all time, bar none. The one that nothing is better than. Batman and Robin. Okay, that's obviously a joke. It's not the best, but I will argue against anybody that it's not as bad as people make it out to be, and all of you just squawk what the nostalgia critics screamed like 15 years ago. Get over it. The film was made for a different crowd. It's not as bad as he made it out to be or the rest of the internet. It is a completely disastrous, joyful mess.